Good morning. It's been a long time since I posted a Facebook Live, and it's actually been a long time since I posted on Facebook because life is busy. But I'm so glad to be here. And today I want to tell you about You Do You November. So it's gone really well. You Do You is a way of restructuring the way you think about yourself and learning self-compassion, learning how to deal with negative thoughts, and learning how to deal with guilt and shame, which is what holds us back a lot. And the most important thing about You Do You is you will finish the year strong. You will finish the year strong, I promise. Because it's a series of tools that will help you with all of the negative self-talk that we work with on a daily basis and all of the things that have held us back during the year. So this course is for you if you feel stuck, if you feel like everyone's getting it right except you, if you feel like you're held back by past events, this course is for you. And it's all very, very practical indeed. And yeah, I love giving it. Like I said, it's the last time I'm going to give it this year. If you want to do it next year, I'm selling the January course for the same price to anyone who pays before the end of the year. Otherwise, obviously, everything goes up in January. Not my choice, inflation. So here's a tool I want to share with you that I do during the course that I think shows you how to deal with negative self-talk in a way that is practical. So what happens when we become emotional? We have a self-destructive thought. And generally speaking, our fleeting thoughts are the self-destructive ones. The ones where we look in the mirror and go, I'm so fat. I'm disgusting. The ones where something goes wrong, and instead of going, wow, there was a problem with that, we go, look, I failed again. And those thoughts are very strong, unfortunately, and we allow them to run us because they come from a place where I've got a dog going crazy on the carpet. Kevin, stop it. Yes, my dog's called Kevin. They come from a place of emotion. And when we do emotional thinking, it's not actually thinking. Our neocortex, which is our thinking rational brain, that has rolled up the towels by then and gone home. It cannot function when it is overtaken by emotion. So how do we get it working again so that these thoughts have no power over us? Well, what we do is we ask it questions. So think about if you've ever been in a situation where you've been feeling terrible and someone tells you to calm down, or for goodness sake, snap out of this. And the last thing you can do is calm down or snap out of it because you're coming from emotion, right? And you've got cortisol and adrenaline flooding your system and you're feeling anxious, maybe your jaw's a bit tight. The last thing you can do is think of a solution because your neocortex isn't working. So here's how to open it back up again, is to ask it questions. So the first thing is, if you're watching this now and you've got a couple of minutes, you can always watch it later, but if you're watching it now, please do yourself a favor and think of the last negative thought that you had. Maybe it was about how you looked, maybe it was about a relationship, maybe it was about your job. Somewhere it ran you down. And I want you to put it in your head right now and then try this. Ask yourself this series of questions. The first one is this all or nothing thinking? Okay. Is this all or nothing thinking? What do? I am so fat and disgusting. I am so skinny and awkward. Neither of those things are true. What is the truth? The second question to ask is, could someone else see this differently? Would someone look at that negative thought that I'm having and think differently about themselves or about me? So for example, if you had to say to your best friend, I'm feeling really disappointed with myself and a failure at work, would your best friend agree with you? Would they say, yeah, actually, I haven't wanted to say anything, but yeah. Could I be misinterpreting the facts? Now, this is a big one because often we will take the facts and push them to one side because they don't fit our pattern. They don't fit our narrative. And that's when we ask ourselves, am I actually looking at all the facts? And so often we are only looking at the ones that support that thought. Maybe your jeans are a bit tight if you're feeling fat. So what do we go with? My jeans are tight, I must be fat. But we haven't got on the scale. And actually anyone who's ever put on jeans know they're the biggest liar in terms of clothes. They really are. You could have lost 10 kilos, put on jeans and they're tight, or put them on and they're nice and roomy, and you've actually put on. So yeah, don't ever work with jeans, personal feeling. The next one is this opinion or is this evidence? So, am I entertaining this fact out of habit? Is that normally my default position? Or are the facts supporting it? And sometimes they will be. Sometimes you'll go, actually, I didn't do that well. Actually, I could have put in more. But that's very different to I'm a failure, or I don't deserve anything, or I'm going to be guilty for the rest of my life. Then ask yourself, once you've answered that question, did this thought come from a reliable source? And let me tell you, if the source was you, it's a subjective source. We are the most subjective creatures when it comes to ourselves. We go straight into our emotional system. So, is this true based on the source you got it from? Think about that. And the last thing is this really how things are, or is it just a worst case scenario? Is it a worst case scenario? I'll never finish this project and it's because I'm too stupid. Well, is that true? You will finish the project. You might need an extension. You might need to get an outside help, but you'll finish. So please watch this video back because I know there was quite a lot here. Please sign up for You Do You November. And I like I said, I only ever take a few people at a time because I like everyone to be able to listen and get as much from it as they can. And too many people means everyone's just listening to me talk. And exciting as that is, I'm sure, you know, I like everyone to be involved. So yeah, I hope this tool helped you. Let me know if it did, and let me know if you'd like to see more. And I hope to see all of you in November.